I start most of my classes off with a floor sequence following a model called SATYA, which was created by T.S. Little. And it's kind of a sensory awareness training. It's mindfulness, a way to get into your body, particularly at the beginning of a class or in the morning when you practice. And so I often kick off the class with some of that. It's really a pretty gentle way to open some muscles and joints and get things moving. But primarily it's focused on tuning in to whatever you're feeling in the moment of the class. So it's a great place to start. And I thought I'd make a video with a few, maybe 3 or 4, of the most sort of basic, common movements that I'll do, because oftentimes we're all on the floor and you can't see what's going on sometimes from your mat. So pretty much always going to cover the mat with a blanket, which allows us to really move and slip and slide. We don't need the grippiness of our mat for this work. And we'll come to our backs, beginning in a Shavasana-like position. Palms up or palms down. One of my teachers recommends palms down, but it always feels a little more natural to me to be palms up. So let's begin sort of the basic spinal undulation. It's a common one. So we'll bring the feet to the floor, knees bend towards ceiling. First phase, arms will be out in a goalpost position. On the inhale, back arches away from floor, chin rocks towards chest. And exhale, back comes down to floor, chin rocks away, tailbone kind of scoops just a bit up away from the floor. And just inhaling, arching back, chin tucks. Exhaling, back comes down, rounds a tiny bit, tailbone scoops, chin rocks away. It's like a super gentle supine cat-cow. It really just starts getting some of the natural curves of the spine kind of working and moving and undulating. This is known as spinal undulation 1, though I don't often use the names when in class for this stuff. Now the next phase on this, going into spinal undulation 2, it's very similar in the lower half of the body, but we're going to interlace fingers behind our head, cradling skull in hands. And this time on the inhale, back arches. This time we push elbows into floor and chin rocks away. And jaw can open a little bit. And exhale, back comes down, tailbone scoops just like before. We're going to bring head and shoulders off the floor and bring elbows towards one another. Inhale, back arch away from floor, pressing elbows, chin rocks away. Exhale, rounding back a bit, tailbone scoops. Head and shoulders come up, elbows come towards one another. And just going at your own pace. There's really no benefit to going quick with this kind of work. And again, we're moving the spine, all the curves and bends of the spine in a real natural kind of plane for them. Now we're adding these elbows, shoulders. That really just helps pump some of the lymphatic fluid and such in your upper body, your arms, across your chest. Sort of cleans things. Chin rocks away. Elbows press. Okay. That's spinal undulation 2. So often we'll go from spinal undulation 1 to undulation 2. Next one I'll show you. Another one I like to do very often. Call this a unwinding motion, right? So one leg stays straight, in this case left leg straight, right foot on floor, right knee towards ceiling. Arms can come out, let's just start in a goalpost, how about? So we're going to inhale, going to swing that right knee across the midline, right hip comes off floor, and I roll to left side. Let's see what arms are better. Arms on a T perhaps. It's best. Okay. Exhaling, coming all the way back. Inhale, knee swings across midline, right hip comes up, rolling onto left side, right shoulder staying on the floor. My gaze keeps going towards the ceiling. When we come back on the exhale, you really let it all go, and then go back into the movement on inhale. Always following your own breath pattern, your own pace. Okay, and then we would just switch it over. Show you what it looks like from this angle. So this time left foot's down, left knee towards ceiling. Right leg is not asleep. It's not working super hard, but it's not asleep. And then inhale, tipping left knee over, hip comes up, rolls to right side, left shoulder stays on ground. Left hand in contact with the ground, right hand too. Exhaling, coming all the way back. One more time. Inhale, swinging knee, hip comes up, back arches as you warm up. Maybe it's even a deeper arch. And then coming all the way back. Now we would maybe take this to the next level. Again, switching back over, right foot down, right knee up. Interlacing hands behind head. And this time on the inhale, right knee swings across midline, rolling onto left hip. This time I'm going to start to bring the upper body into the action. I'm going to bring my right elbow way over here, down towards my right heel, kind of side bending, getting nice long side body here. Left elbow is pointing towards back wall, and my gaze will be towards my left elbow. I pretty much keep my eyes closed through all this motion, but you certainly don't have to. Exhaling all the way back to neutral. Okay. So inhales, going into motion, knee swings, back slides. This is part of why we use the blanket on the floor, so you can just really easily slide and glide. Head stays down through basically all this stuff. Head stays down as much as possible, shoulders in contact with the floor. Exhaling back to neutral. We'll do it on the other side just so you can see that angle. Left foot down, right leg extends, inhale, knee swings across midline, arching back elbow to lower foot, right elbow's pointing to the wall behind, and my gaze is over the right elbow. Exhaling back to neutral. Inhale into the movement. Exhale out. Inhaling into the movement. Notice the foot rolls to the inside edge of the foot. Exhale out. Okay. I'll show you one last thing that I like to do that I recommend people can do at home. It's a really great way when you start your day. Again, we'll bring the sole of the right foot to the floor, right knee to the ceiling. I'm going to bring my arms out into a T. Now my right knee is up, so I'm going to take my right hand. I'm going to bend at the elbow and rest the right hand right on my chest, shoulder, kind of wherever that lies. Left hand stays open wide, fingernails in contact with the floor and palm open. This time, inhale, I'm going to pivot over onto the left hip. Now that right knee is going to keep pointing at the ceiling, and this right hand, which is on my chest, is going to slide all the way down, cross chest, shoulder, down the inseam of the arm, palms touch, possibly. Maybe they don't reach. Exhaling, coming all the way back. Staying in contact, this hand staying in contact, the inseam of the arm all the way through, all the way across shoulder, across chest to right shoulder, and I'm back to my resting state. One more time, inhale, knee keeps pointing at ceiling, right hand slides down as much as possible, keeping head on floor. Really try not to lift it. Sometimes it's hard, you kind of get up over your shoulder here and your head pops up, but if you can keep the head on the ground, so much the better. The other thing that slips away is this right knee sometimes wants to start coming this way. But we really want to keep that pointing to the ceiling if possible. And then hands, palms touch. Perhaps palms, right hand goes further. And exhale again, coming all the way back. Maybe a gentle squeeze on the arm as we return back to neutral. And I'll show you the other side just for good measure. Different angle for you. So again, starting legs extended, palms or arms extended to T, legs straight out, bringing sole of left foot to floor, left knee towards ceiling. Taking that left hand, folding at the elbow, coming to rest, shoulder, chest, pectoralis muscles. Inhale, rolling onto right side, left knee stays pointing at ceiling. Oops, see my head popped up. It's easy to do. but if possible, let's keep it down. So palms are touching. Exhale all the way back around. Perhaps that head thing, I think I lowered my arm a little bit. So inhale. Hand stays in contact with chest, shoulder, arm, inseam of arm, all the way. Rolling. Exhaling back. Again, a little squeeze on the arm as I come up. I just like to do that. Might be overstimulation for some. Maybe not. Give it a try. Inhaling one last time across chest. Head stays down as much as possible. Exhaling back. A lot of times too, when we do these movements a bunch of times, you kind of find a rhythm. Your muscles figure it out. And then you can start spreading your attention to other parts of your body, really feeling the contact of the skin on the arm with the hand. Doesn't get a lot of stimulation there for a lot of us, I imagine, your average day. So that kind of stuff. Feel the head roll on the floor, feeling whatever comes to mind, whatever's becoming obvious to you in the moment. Usually between poses, we'll rest in a Shavasana position. And just really trying to feel whatever's new, whatever's happening right now, anything arising. So it really is the mindfulness kind of moment where you just check in with what's actually going on. Okay, those are the kind of some of the most common, basic sort of starting movements we'll do for Satya work. Often beginning my classes with Satya work. I think it's a great way to start. As relaxing as it looks, it can actually be pretty uh, energizing. So try it in the morning, then try it in the evening and see if you notice a difference. Or just come to class and we'll do it together. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.